Dan Tehan, good morning to you. What have you got there?
Mate, it's party central out here. It is absolutely wonderful. Koala's been given away, jars of Vegemite, Tim Tams. We've got the surf lifesavers out here. Tourism Australia have got young people out here dressed in welcome back T-shirts. There's joy on everyone's faces. The reporters who are out here are loving reporting a good news story. It's fantastic. It's a party. And Australians are giving international tourists an incredibly warm welcome as they get off the planes. And even me, after they've got off a plane for 19 hours, I'm handing out the koalas and they've got smiles on their faces. So it's a really, really good morning out here.
Lovely. Yeah,
great news for our tourism industry.
I mentioned before, Minister, a lot of Love Actually type airport moments here at Sydney Airport this morning, and no doubt they'll be coming up for Melbourne Airport a little bit later on. Now, can you share some of the numbers? How many flights coming in today and this week, and passenger numbers too? Are they reaching capacity?
Yeah, so there's 56 flights in today right across Australia, which is fantastic. And talking to the airline industry, some of the senior people are out here this morning. They're all saying they're seeing very, very strong demand, and they're going to be putting more aircraft on the routes to Australia. So it's wonderful. And let's hope that we get that strong rebound. I'm confident that we will. And those 660,000 people that are employed in our tourism sector, the future's looking very bright again. They've had a tough 2 years, but the way we've dealt with the pandemic, we shouldn't underestimate how that will help that really, really strong rebound. Over 95% of Australians fully vaccinated. The economy has performed strongly through the last 2 years. So I'm really confident we're going to see a very, very strong rebound.
Our two biggest markets, though, when it comes to tourism, China and New Zealand, still unplayable, though. What sort of an impact is that going to have, and when do you see that changing?
Look, it'll have an impact. The Chinese government obviously have their zero COVID policy in place at the moment, so that makes it tough for that part of the tourism market. But if you look at New Zealand, it's reopening. What drives tourism from New Zealand is visiting friends, family and relatives. Well, the friends, families and relatives haven't gone away. So I think we'll see a really big uptake in the New Zealand market very quickly when the New Zealand government changed their current policies. We're fully reopened. Tourism Australia are out there with a $40 million ad campaign at the moment telling the world that we're fully reopened. And one of the things, when they see Australia's fully reopened, I think you'll see New Zealand want to fully reopen as quickly as they possibly can. And you'll see other countries also in Asia get the confidence to do the same. So I was with the Japanese ambassador last week. They're obviously keen to see the Japanese market fully reopen again. Singapore, South Korea, and obviously in India, 10 days ago I signed an MOU. It was our fastest growing tourism market leading into the pandemic, and every sign that that's going to kick into gear very quickly as well.
The UK has just made some changes, quite a lot of changes. There's actually not too many restrictions that are left, Minister, and that includes the unvaccinated. There's no need for them to quarantine when it comes into the UK. When do you expect that to happen here?
Well, look, we'll work with the states and territories on that. They ultimately have the final say on that. But one of the great things is that we've got a uniform position amongst our states which are open at the moment around being fully vaccinated. And I think the most important thing is that we have that nationally consistent position. If we can get that, that will go a long way to making sure that rebound continues apace. You've got to remember, everyone, when they come to Australia, they often want to visit 2 or 3 states at a time. So the more we can make sure the states and territories work together to have that nationally consistent position, the better.
So when would you like to see that happen?
Oh, look, ultimately that's up to the states and territories, and we'll work with them on that. For the foreseeable future, you need to be fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's the policy. It's working well. We've had over 200,000 visitors come in over the last couple of months, which has worked very successfully. The majority of those have been international students and backpackers, which will also help drive employment in our tourism sector as well. So we'll work with the states and territories on that. But for the foreseeable future, we've got a very good, consistent position, and let's hope that the states and territories can keep that consistent position.
Okay, that is the Tourism Minister Dan Tehan live for us from Sydney Airport with the Koala, Vegemite and Tim Tam, which is going out to every passenger, every arrival this morning. Minister, thank you.
It is. And Pete, if you want to drop down, there's a jar of Vegemite and a Tim Tam for you as well.
Okay, well, that's timely because I'm out of both. Thanks, Minister.
Take care.
See you soon.